I'm just gonna dance. Okay, hello there, quilters. It is another Wednesday, and it is time for ridiculousness with me, Andrea, your host this morning at the quilting shed. There we go, up that way. Yeah, I don't have directions. Slightly different background today because I did rearrange the shop a teeny bit just so we could. Hello, Danielle. Interrupt me while I'm talking. No, I'm kidding. So I rearranged the shop just a tiny wee bit so I could turn on the heater in here because I had stuff in front of it. And the heaters can't really heat the room if you put a big honking solid thread rack in front of it. So now we've solved another problem. The Aurifil is right behind me. Woohoo! Thank you, handy husband. That's why I get him to do this stuff. He's way better at it. So it's right behind me on the sales counter. So while you're talking to me, and you'll be like, "Oh, hey, look, you do have Aurifil. That's where it is." It was right by the door, and people missed it when they came in because it was practically behind them. And there's my mom saying hi. Hi, Mom. The other thing is, I still never like it just takes me forever to get binding on, just because if you saw the state of my sewing room / office, you would understand why it takes forever because it's a mess. And I mean, yeah, stuff's everywhere. It's not good. Anyway, I do have 2 sample quilts done out of some of our fabrics. And I made this cute little pattern, which I still need to finish. And you can see those hanging on the wall nicely. And this little one here too. Whoops. And there's my shirt for today. It's social distancing. Yeah, I'm going to swing back around to my normal spot. Sorry if this makes you dizzy. Woohoo! Okay. So yeah, I rearranged the shop a little bit. And another reminder that our new closing hour of 4 p.m. is going quite swimmingly. It's working out really well. And a reminder, you can always use the online store to buy what you want and pick it up whenever. And if you're having trouble with the online shop or you don't know, you can just give me a call. We'll figure something out. I can also do appointments if we're available when the shop is closed or whatever. Speaking of closed, tomorrow is the day of reconciliation. And yes, we are closed. We are closed because we're going to be learning. We're going to be learning. We're going to be quilting too, but we're going to be learning. And more importantly than just wearing an orange shirt. I mean, it's nice to show support and all, but sometimes people get a little too caught up in the, well, as long as we wear an orange shirt, we're good. Yeah, well, it's a little more than that. Sorry, you have to do the work this time. So orange shirt day is tomorrow, September 30th. Our shop is closed. What can you do? Well, we can learn. You can read books or consume other content by Indigenous authors. Watch some specials. I know CBC, CTV is having a lot of stuff on, so you can watch some shows and learn from that. Other Indigenous artists, not just artists or writers, but you have artists and you have musicians. You can seek out some content, especially local. Wow, that would be super awesome to find some local content. Jeremy Dutcher, local to Fredericton, did some cool music last year, won some stuff. You can review the Truth and Reconciliation calls to action and commit to at least one. You can watch the online events. You can identify and connect with your local Indigenous serving organizations, which I have questions about that. And you can read the orange shirt story. Now, somebody just asked in the comments, are you getting the Journey Home panel from Northcott? This one. Yes, I am. And I'm getting lots. I ordered 2 bowls, and these are half-size panels. So the normal panel size, there's 2 of smaller panels on this. I initially had some conflicting thoughts because what I've learned about appropriation is that's when you're making money off of some other culture. So I don't really want to make money off of this. And I'm stuck on the pricing. I'm stuck on the pricing because anything over and above my direct costs, I want to go to our local band like Kingsclear. So I'm on the step for identifying and connecting with our local Indigenous serving organizations. And if anybody knows anybody from the Kingsclear First Nation or who I can call so I can eventually just say, I sold some stuff. Here's the profits. There you go. Thank you very much for letting me live on your land, on your hunting grounds pretty sure the handmill area was hunting ground, I think. That should be something I should be doing. So anyway, this panel right here will be shipping in December. I got 2 bolts, so I got plenty. I am not sure of the price. Like I said, other shops I have seen, it's anywhere from $5 to $8 for a single panel, of course, with the difference being donated, as it should be. So that's that. Was also happy to find that it was designed by an Indigenous artist who got paid. Good, 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 good. They should, as they should be. I'm happy to support Indigenous artists in their work. And as customers too. I had a lady in here. She makes ribbon skirts. And boys, we had a great time talking. Anyway, so that's that. That's what I'm doing there. Yeah, I'm doing my list out of order, Danielle. Oh no. Where's my pencil? Could cross off the stuff I already talked about. So yeah, we rearranged the shop a little bit. Yeah, it's nice and very lots of space when you come in here now. So if you're coming in while somebody's going out, you don't have to do the COVID shuffle. There's lots of room for people to move and keep your distance. And masks are required. Since all the restrictions were dropped previously, I said, yeah, no, I think it's too early. I really prefer it if you wear your masks. And now that we're back in a state of emergency and they said masks again, somebody said, has anything changed in your shop? I'm like, nope, because you're still going to wear your mask. And everybody's been really great about that. So that's awesome. Quilters are usually quite nice. This is great. So yes, because it is still in my house, separated, but what can you do? Oh, wow, I didn't even, oh, I did talk about that. Okay. So where was I? I need a sip of tea because everything's just going swimmingly everywhere. So yeah, masks still required. I'm happy about that. I don't know about how the rest of the restrictions are going to go with COVID, but we do have to beat it into the ground now. Come on. I've been hearing from a lot of people who are super ticked about all the sick people wandering around making other people sicker and not wearing masks. So like I said, that's great. And there has been an uptick in people coming in looking for mask supplies to replace the ones that they had, to make some new ones. You might as well have fun with it. That's our motto. So that's that. So it's almost the end of September, so that means Christmas is coming. I'll talk about Halloween later when we get a little closer. But I do have, whoops, there we go. Reverse. Right behind me, I hung up a brand new panel. Ooh, just for our show. Because I got to take it down later because there's rulers behind it. That is a really big panel. It's like a yard. It's 36 inches wide. It's digitally printed. And it's a nice snowman with cardinals and a birdhouse. It's pretty. For this line, this is the line that I forgot I ordered. Oops. And it came late. They had delays. So it came late. So here it is. I do have some matching fabrics to go with it. I didn't get all of them because last year when I was picking this year's Christmas fabrics, I said, I do not need 6 different prints with poinsettias or 6 different prints with holly on them. We don't need that many, like with like the same background colors. Like every line I think I looked at last year had holly on a white background. I'm like, do I really need? No, I don't need all of. Don't have room for them either. So that panel, because it's so wide, is a whopping $15, but look at it. It's cute. You can do a lot with that. It's big. So it's like the 42 inches selvage to selvage by 36 inches wide. I mean, you slap a border on that, you got yourself a good lap-size quilt for your favorite grandchild. Every time I say favorite grandchild, my mom is laughing, I bet, because on both sides of my family, I was the first grandchild. That is code words for I was spoiled rotten as a kid. Of course, I was an adorable child. Not precocious at all. So yeah, the snowman panels, $15. You know what? It's on the website too. Whoa. I know, it's crazy. My husband works some tech magic, so I can get some things up faster. on the website. I can tell you all about it. So what happens is, to avoid a bunch of products that are online without an image, because it drives me nuts, um, we hide them as they get uploaded to the website. We hide them. So then somebody has to go in and add an image. And we were doing that manually. You'd have to visit each product in the back end and attach the image to it after you uploaded the images, whatever. Anyway, my darling husband made it so that if the image file name is the SKU number of the fabric or whatever, it automatically joins them. So I uploaded a bunch of new fabrics yesterday and uploaded a bunch of images to go with them and went to attach them, and most of them were already attached. It was great. It's like, hey, wait a second. And I was telling Ron, he was like, yeah, I did that like a month ago, waiting for you to notice. So that's how it is in our house. It's okay. I do stuff and he doesn't notice either. Hey, when did you paint the bathroom? No, I'm kidding. Uh, so if you go to our website, dun, 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 I did something. If you go to our website and you want to see all the new fabric that is not on the shelf yet and not necessarily out on the floor, you can go here. I wish there was a way you could click on it, but oh well. You guys know it. You go to my website, you click on fabric, you see the new fabric, because by default they're listed in the order that they got added to the site. So the oldest stuff is way at the end. So there's that. Oh yeah, I forgot to show this one too. I feel like a news person. Coming up next after the commercial, our weather report: showers and a high of 16. And it was cold last night. It was below, I think it was like 6 degrees, 4 degrees when I got up. I don't know. We have a fancy thermometer. Yay. So we did that. We did that. And we did the other thing. I might have had a little extra sugar this morning. You know how it is. Christmas on the brain when it gets cold, right? So the other Christmassy things that are on the brain, I discovered when I cleaned up and rearranged some things that the bin of last year's Christmas extras that were 40% off and still are 40% off was kind of chucked under something, and everybody was missing it. And I grabbed the wrong panel. But we still have lots of this panel left at 40% off. So it's basically 7 something by the time you get done. And some really old panels, as in so old there's no more matching fabric. Ugh. There's this cute one that's all candy-like and stuff. You can just do it as is and be fancy with quilting, or you can cut it up and do pillows and wall hangings and whatever. And these are all shown on the website too. So, and there is, this one is just the one that will never die. This nice Scandinavian type one with the sweater things and then words in the tree sort of. That's a $5 panel, so might as well. You know, I have one kit left that has this panel in it with some matching fabric that makes a really good size lap quilt. It's not on the website, it's here in store. There's only one. You come by and get it and it's yours. How much is it? Let's go find out. Oh yeah, here was the other one. Pardon me, I'm getting old. Oh yeah, it was a $40 kit, but hey, I'll mark it down for you. With that nice panel and some red and 2 matching prints. I do have a sample version of this quilt all made up from before last year. It's big and snuggly. I don't know what I'm doing with that sample quilt. Nobody knows. Anyway, change my windows. Yes, Christmas blankets for anyone in a nursing home. Gee, do we know anyone in a nursing home, Mom? Yes. That's what I could do with the sample quilt. I could send it down to my father for to the nursing home, and he'll just think it's wonderful. There. Thank you, Mother, for the idea. So the other panel, I have lots of these stocking panels. Makes 2 stockings. It's got the front and back. It is 40% off, which again is less than $10 because it was 13, I think. The price tag is, yeah, it was 13. So 40% off of 13 is definitely under $10. It's sort of like $8 or something. I don't know. It's early and I don't want to do math in my head. So I have lots of these. Come and get them. You can make some really cheap stockings for whoever. You can make really cheap stockings and fill them with goodies and give them to the homeless or the food bank or something. There's lots of charities out there. Got any giant stockings? No, just the one. Just the one with Ron's name on it. Caitlin in the comments is referring to the giant stocking that we made Ron one year when my big kids were very, very little. And I found this panel. It was a full-size panel, but it had one stocking. So it's like a 3-foot stocking. And I made that for Dad, the dad in the house. And every year we try to fill it and get Ron laughing because he didn't have fun Christmases where he had like a real sock that was like an orange was in it or clementine and a pair of mitts, and that was Christmas. So that year I was like, okay, we are gonna Christmas the heck out of you. Remember when I said I was spoiled? Yeah. So we spoil Ron Christmas. We try to. The other thing I found were these pillowcase kits that I had made up out of some flannels that are long gone. The pillowcase kits makes 2, and I pre-cut the pieces to the sizes you need, so you don't even have to trim anything. You just start sewing. They were $26, and now they're 50% off. They had 30% off stickers on them, but I really want them out of here, so now they're 50% off. There are some blue ones. There are some red and green ones. And again, cheap for the homeless or cheap for presents. Like I said, last year, my mom made us all pillowcases and chucked our presents in there because she hates wrapping. So you can have a fancy pillowcase like this, tie some ribbon around it in a bow and say, here's your present. I mean, you can say it nicer than that, but our family, you can feel the love. No, it's pretty funny here on Christmas morning. Sorry, I was just remembering that last year we went to my daughter Sarah's house and everybody had to find a pickle ornament and on the tree, and we were all finding it. And if you found the pickle, you got a prize, and we didn't know what the prize was. And Ron, the dad of the house, found the pickle on Sarah's Christmas tree, and his prize was a very funny hat because Sarah and her boyfriend Stuart love funny hats. So Ron got to wear a funny hat for the rest of Christmas morning while we were there. It was Santa going down the chimney, but in hat form. And if you know Ron, he's usually pretty serious most of the time. So he was just seriously wearing a silly hat with a straight face, which is hilarious. Call him my straight man, which is also hilarious. Okay, stocking panels and sales. I checked my email before I started all this stuff. I checked my work email, my shop email. I have 2 big rolls of batting on the way. Yay! It is not the Hobbs 80/20. Boo. It is the Hobbs 100% cotton and the Hobbs 108 poly down, both of which I am out of. But new rolls are on the way. So those 2 kinds of batting are on the way. They're coming from BC. So what's today? Tuesday? Maybe by the end of next week, they'll be here. It depends how long they can go from one end of the country to the other. Great, great, great stuff. Now you're like, stop Bibling, Andrea. Please show us some new fabric. Last week, I showed you the sewing panel, the one with the cute little labels in them. These labels, which you can also buy for $1 a piece if you don't want to buy a whole panel full of labels. And the nice chalkboard one with God grant me the serenity, the sewer's serenity prayer about knowing when to pick out your seams. So I got the matching fabric up on the website, and I have it here. I made some room so I could put it out in the shop. On the floor is what they call it in the business. And in my case, it's literally in a box on the floor. So anyway, there is this lovely button print. And these nice colors here, this is mostly a black and white line, which is really striking. But the colors in here match the canvas blenders that I have. So we have the matching canvas blenders. So you can totally get matching colors for this. So that's the buttons. Buttons, buttons. Who's got the button? I know, right? Um, this is probably going to kick around for a while because stripes do. See? Oh, I love the smell of new fabric in the morning. So there's a lovely, very skinny stripe for bindings and accents and what have you. I do have a pattern that came with it because whenever they do a new line, they contact designers and they're like, here's some previews of some new fabrics. Can you make some patterns for us? And that's how they get the patterns out because the designers have had previews. So this is the pattern. You can see there they have used, yeah, in stitches. They have used the stripy fabric here to make spools. So if you've ever wanted to do one of those spool patterns, this looks like thread when you put it in a spool block, pardon me. Anyway, oh, so some of the black and white ones that I really, really liked. This with all the sewing notions, wouldn't this be cute in your retreat bag? Like inside in the lining when you go to retreat? Although, from what I hear at retreat stories, maybe you'd be reaching in your bag and be like, I'm trying to get my scissors and they're not, it's on the fabric. Put the wine down, ladies. I know what happens at retreat, supposed to stay at retreat, but some stuff slips out. And here's the button print in just black and white. Still just a nice print by itself. And the last two prints, this was a small line, thank God. Because I know people love the black and white prints and they love the sewing notions. This is more like bobbins, black background, gray background. So there's that. So that's new. And I do have, like I said, that snowman panel. The fabrics for it are not on the floor in the shop yet. They're just in a box in the hall. So it's nothing for me to just grab them so you can see them up close, but you can also see them on the website. And next week, I will show you another line that came in, which you can see on the website. But it's in a big box down the hall. Well, actually, there's a box in the shop too. So many boxes. So many boxes. And my oldest is moving, and I went over to help them all and take over boxes and get the kids packing. Hey, Caitlin, have those kids packed any more boxes? Did they completely destroy the organization in their bedroom? I organized the grandkids so they could pack some things. Next week's going to be really, really fun. We're going to help out a little bit. So I did that. Nothing like helping your kids move. I'll take that as a no, Caitlin. Anyway, where are we? Wow, I went through my whole entire list. They've been sitting in my grandchildren. Sometimes I joke and I say they're feral, but I mean, you give them cardboard boxes and they sit in them, and that's what cats do too. So, no, they're cute and I love them. And they want you to know that certain things in the shop are not for sale. The youngest has made this sign and periodically sticks it on things in the shop that are not for sale that you can't buy, like the broom or the shelving unit or the cutting table. Those are not for sale, and Jade wants you to know that. And they're going to move. After they move, they're going to into their brand new, awesome house. The grandchildren are apparently excited to take all the cardboard boxes and make a box for it. Of course. Of course. Hey kids, let's show you how to go to the recycling center and take all those boxes and stuff them in the big blue bins. It's super fun. Do they have stockings? Do the grandkids have stockings? We could make them stockings. They have stockings, right? I'm sure my mother took care of that. She's obsessed with stockings. But if she gives you a stocking and you complain too much, then suddenly you're too old for stockings now. Oh, okay, fine, whatever, Mom. Like I said, you can feel the love in our family at Christmas. It's just great. See? Warmest holiday wishes. I've got my Christmas mug out already. The other thing in my rearranging is the sale fabric, 40% off, and some of the $10 a meter fabric, which I just wanted out of here. You guys have been great. The bolts have been emptying, and the rack is right by the door now. So we'll keep rotating things over to there. Sometimes I'll have to put stuff over there that's not 40% off, and it might be 20% off, 25% off, but it's my plan to keep the sale fabric in one spot. Sometimes it migrates. And sometimes we just get tired of looking at certain bolts and we go hide them until somebody's like, hey, do you have anything with a print like blah, blah, blah? Or do you have anything like super cheap? Because I'm doing this practice thing. And we're like, oh, yes, we've got the prints for you. I was going on about pillowcases for the homeless because in one of our guild meetings, one lady mentioned her husband, who works closely with the unhoused, says they really like pillowcases to put their stuff in because they can put their clothes in the pillowcases and then use it as a pillow. Yeah, I've done that. So yeah, Christmas stuff on sale, some Christmas stuff, more new Christmas stuff, more new fabric, panel coming in December, some batting coming. I did it all. And I didn't go too fast and I didn't go too slow. Wow. And somebody asked about the logo showing up over the chat thingies. Darn it. They don't have a spot. They don't have a spot for me to change it. Just there it is or there it's not. And there's the chat box, and they don't give me any options to move them around. But hey, better than not. Can't beat that with a stick. All right, I am going to finish cleaning up in here. Take that panel down and fold her up. I don't have them cut off the bolts yet. I mean, you send your kid to college and then suddenly you don't have a helper in your shop anymore. What's up with that? Sale fabric. Ooh, the grandkids are getting old enough. Wish they lived closer. They'd be helping Nanny out in the shop for sure. Although sometimes I'm not sure how much help it is, but I love them anyway. Okay, I obviously need more tea and the sugar high is wearing off. So I'm going to sign off and you all are going to have a great day. I'm going to remember the closeout music this time. It's not automated, so I have to remember. You know what that's like. All right. Kids, your grandma loves you if you're watching. Bye, Mom. Bye, daughter-in-law. Bye, friends. Bye, Iowa. Bye, other parts of Canada. Keep on quilting. May your bobbin never run out.